Welcome to the 81st episode of the Meeple Society, a podcast about board games hosted by two longtime role players turned avid board gamers. My name is Katie.
I'm Greg.
On this episode, we talk about tracking games. Do you do it? How do you do it? And when did you start? We dive into 4 games we recently have gotten to the table and tell you whether they were old, new, borrowed, or if it just blew. And we wrap up by talking about all the games that you've been playing. But first, Greg, tell us how your last 12 days went.
It's been a rough last 12 days.
You think? On who, me or you?
Both. Okay, for those of you that don't know, some of you already do know because you've seen me post on Facebook about it. I fell off a ladder.
Now, for any new listeners, he is a carpenter by trade. So he
30
works
plus years.
Out in the field, remodeling houses, etc., etc. Okay, keep going.
So I fell about 6 feet. I came down an A-frame ladder. I was 3 steps from the top, where it starts to say, this is not a step.
Yeah.
We don't ever look at that. Anyway, but I bent over. I reached over to grab my caulk gun out of the gutter, and my ladder tipped the opposite direction, and down I went, and I landed straight on my heel, breaking it.
Yeah.
And I have a posterior and a plantar fracture in a bone that I can't even pronounce, but it's the very heel, the very
heel
last
part
bone
of your
in
foot,
your foot there in the heel. It's saying there is a crack on the top and a crack on the bottom, so I got to stay off of it. I have to wear an air cast. Well, actually, it's a boot. That I keep taking off and driving Katie nuts with, but if I'm not moving, I don't need it on.
No, I agree there, but if you're moving, it should be on.
Yes, I know. But
I'm just saying, because, if the 2 cracks meet, we're talking surgery and screws, and guys, you're going to be without a podcast for a while, because I'm not going to put up with him if we have to go through that. I'll go out to Phoenix and take over Mom's house since she's in Baltimore right now. How's that?
You'll go clear to Phoenix and leave me here helpless. See how she is, guys.
You have 2 sons that can help you out. You'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. That's for when I get older and they can change my diapers. I'm saving that nugget.
It's just wrong. Oh, Lord. Anyway, so it's been an interesting 2 weeks, guys.
So I can't climb on anything or can't walk on it directly for at least another 4 weeks. They said 6, but it's been 2 weeks already. So anyway, so that's been my last 12 days. Anyway, let's move on and actually talk about something gaming.
That would be great.
And now, it is time for the most anticipated segment of the podcast. It is time for Random Board Game Banter!
So, Board Game Geek's turning 25.
I saw that.
So, Scott Alden, the founder of Board Game Geek, actually posted something on Board Game Geek. He said...
On his page, yeah.
Yeah, so on January 22nd of 2000, he began with a simple yet ambitious goal to create a comprehensive resource for board game information. Now we are at the 25-year mark. It's amazing to see how the site has grown into a vibrant and diverse community. And he has listed everything that's been posted
stats.
on there.
Those are some impressive stats.
Yeah, so over the years, for the last 25 years, he has had 160,000 board game items listed on the site. 3, that kind of tells you how many board games there are out there.
Right.
Probably at least twice that.
Oh, probably.
3.2 million threads that people have written. 43 million posts and replies.
Wow.
145,000 reviews. 110,000 session reports. 180,000 geek lists. Do you even know what a geek list is?
Not offhand.
Like your buddies list and everything. And I'm you don't really use BGG except to log the games.
Correct.
And put games into our... You kind of took that over.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just different lists you can go on there and make. Like I have a buddies list, and then I have a geek group of like our gaming group, the people we've always gamed with is in one group. So all I have to do if I need to get a hold of them that way or something, I can just hit that group and I can pull up those buddies.
Okay.
Where was I at? 7.8 million images That's
would
a
have
lot
thought
of
that
pictures.
that's a lot of pictures. I would have thought it would have been higher than that, honestly. But
335 file uploads.
335,000.
Oh,
file
335,000 file uploads.
Yeah, that K is important
Yeah,
there.
500,000 videos.
That's phenomenal.
And then over 1 million collection items tracked.
And
I thought that would be a little bit higher too.
Yeah.
What I skip? Oh, 160,000 blog posts.
100 million collection items tracked. That is
so it tells you how
nuts.
many people are actually using Board Game Geek
Yeah.
to track their games and stuff in
Yeah.
their collection. And if you are buddies with people, you can actually see their collection.
Yeah, that is handy. I will give you that.
So yeah, so I have the people we go and game with, their collection.
Okay.
I can see their collection because I've buddied them.
Right.
They're in my geek list.
Interesting
We're called
stats.
Geek buddies. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, you would have never thought about how much actually goes through Board Game Geek, and it's been around for 25 years. And how Scott Alden came up with the idea to do this. I mean, and how popular it is.
Well, especially 25 years ago when the internet was still in its infancy at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that you're talking 2000.
Yeah. And it's not just board games, too.
No, there's
because you
lots
can
of
do
stuff.
role-playing games and you can do video games
Yeah.
on here, too. It's just a
different
browser.
portion of the site, yeah.
You just click, you go to the BGG icon and hit the arrow, and it brings up those different ones. And I think I did the RPG at one point. I'm not sure if I continued it.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me click on that and see if I have anything over there.
I don't know. When I clicked
Oh,
on
I
it,
have to
it
sign
take
in.
me to a sign-in post. It doesn't just sign in automatically.
Yeah, which
RPGG. Nice. RPGG.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I got some stuff on here.
Interesting.
There is 6 items.
Oh, is that it?
It's mostly all Castles and Crusade stuff.
Oh,
It's the
all
only
right.
stuff I've done. I don't have any of the rough stuff on there. It would take me a little bit of time to get all that stuff on it.
Yeah, just a little bit. We've actually got quite a bit.
I've never tracked any plays or anything, but yeah,
No.
it's basically all the basic Castles and Crusade stuff I got when I first started.
Okay.
Anyway, so that is going to lead us into our next topic here,
Okay.
which is, do you track your board games on Board Game Geek? If you do, what year did you start? And what games did you play? So, why don't you tell them, because since you basically took over my BGG account to start tracking all the games and everything, that you know, listen, guys, she yells at me if I try and post a gameplay.
Yes, because I have a specific way of doing it.
How many places do you track a game?
How many places? Twice.
3 times.
3. Oh, okay. I forgot about my book.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes, I put it in the book when we first. I have a series of books. I think I'm on like book 4 now, and I started that in 2018. Yeah, January of 2018.
And
is
she
when I
still
started it.
has all these books.
I still have all the books. They're just stacked up on the game room. But I put them there. That's my initial, because I don't want to have to pull out my phone or my computer just to log plays. To me, that's annoying. I just write them in the book.
Yeah.
Then when I get home, or at some point, about once a week, once every couple weeks, I'll go through, I'll pull the book out, I'll put them in BGG, and I have a spreadsheet that I keep everything on as well. Shush. So I'm a firm believer in backups, I guess.
A lot of backups.
Anyway, so yeah, I put the details in BGG. On the spreadsheet, it's literally just a date.
Yes.
That's all it is a date. And I have a note. I have a little Excel note that has all the dates listed. And if we played it with like campaigns, I'll put which episode it was or what, like we're doing the role player adventures right now. I'll put down the adventure number and name next to the date. If we played it 2 or 3 times, I might put *2 or *3 if we played it, because like the crew.
Yeah.
We do a lot
Yeah,
of.
we'll usually play
crew
like
5 or
7
6
games
times,
and usually only get through one chapter.
One mission, yeah.
We'll fail
much.
it that many times.
So I keep a bare minimum notes on Excel, just more the dates that we played it, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then Board Game Geek, I put all the details in. Who played? If there is characters involved with asymmetric powers, I'll put that in there. The scores, where we played it, If there's any special notes like, okay, this was done at the Live 24 or things
Right.
like that, I'll put on there just so that, we have that information when we want it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I went back in because I downloaded BG Stats. She still puts everything in Board Game Geek. It just comes to my BG Stats so I can see it, even though it's really easy to do it in BG Stats, but she doesn't want to do it on her phone.
No, I refuse.
Boy, you should see the looks I'm getting from her when I say that. But anyway, I went back and looked to see when was the first we recorded our first gameplay. It was back in 2014.
Yes, we started playing in late 13, and I know a lot of 14. You started putting stuff in,
Yeah.
and then I filled it out years later. I mean, I was out in California when I
with
did
pictures,
this.
because I was
With
already taking
pictures.
pictures of every time we played something.
We went through all of your saved pictures on Google, and I pulled out everything board game related, and thank goodness they had dates on them.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. Obviously, I could tell location. I couldn't tell sometimes who was playing, so none of that information's in there. But I could tell what it was and the date it was played. So I would fill in. I filled in like the first 4 years of our gaming with that. Luckily, you were really good about taking pictures back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
Yeah, I don't take as many
You
now.
don't. I take a lot now because I'm trying to fill out my files with.
Now, when we
pictures
get
I
a
can
really
use.
new game,
Yes.
a brand new game, and it looks really cool, I'll take a bunch of pictures and then just turn it into a TikTok and throw it up on our TikTok page and into the reels and everything on Instagram. But to go over some of these games from our first year of playing, I think we had like 30 games played, which is a lot less than we ever play now.
Oh yeah.
But and for some reason it pulled up expansions, so we played Catan 4 times, and at some point we used the Explorers and Pirates expansion because that one's listed on this list.
Oh. Okay.
We played Carcassonne Big Box 3 times, and they list Abbeys and Manors,
The tower.
Traders and Builders, the Tower. And I don't think we've only played the Tower once, and it was a lot of people. Usually we just used the
use
Tower
the
to hold
tower.
the tiles.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever played with the other pieces but once.
Yeah. And then Wheel of Fortune, and we played that almost every time we
play
played
that
it. We loved that
constantly,
one.
Yeah.
But we also played Firefly
Yep.
3 times, and at least once with the Blue Sun expansion.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you how old that game is. And, gee,
We've
where's
had
that
that
at
one
in
for a
our
while.
top 100? Did it make your top 100?
I think so.
She thinks so.
I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't remember offhand.
Okay.
We haven't started filming yet, so I'm not
Yep.
sure.
Then we played. We had 2 plays of Saboteur.
We haven't played that one in probably
No,
10
and we
years.
used to play that a lot
We
because
did.
we always liked it. Whenever
Some
we
of the
got
route
into a
building,
group,
yeah.
it was a cool game.
It was a
I
good
mean,
large group game.
Yeah. Seven Wonders only has 1 play. I know we played it
That's
more than
not
that.
right.
So-
Apparently, you only took one picture.
I think 2014 may have been possible with the pictures and the ones
Yeah.
that I started posting, and you
Yeah.
were filling in spaces because of the pictures.
And Seven Wonders doesn't make a good picture. It just doesn't.
No.
There's just no way to take good pictures of
No.
Seven Wonders. So
we got Flashpoint only 1 time, and I felt we played Flashpoint more
I
than
feel like we
once.
played Flashpoint a lot back
Forbidden Island once. I think we played it
then. We
more.
tended to like the cooperatives back then. didn't we?
Gravwell. This has
Well, we
a
still
1.
like cooperatives.
And I know
Anyway.
we played Inca more than once. We played that like 4 or 5 times, and I think in the first
Yeah.
month we had the game. Look at that, London Cabbie,
tells you how long ago I found it.
2014.
So when we got into the
Yeah.
hobby, I looked for it fairly quickly.
Yeah. The original Mansions of Madness has 1 play.
I think that's all we ever did play it.
Yeah, we only played it the one time.
We didn't
and-
like the one versus many when there
well,
was
it was
only 2 of
yeah, as I
us.
say, it's usually just the 2
yeah,
of us. So
I would be curious to play the new one now that the app, and I guess I know
if
we
the
are,
app is still doing it now, I don't even
I
know if
think
the
it
app is
was.
still going.
I thought I don't know.
Because I
don't
know some of these games that had the apps are no longer supported.
Well, I would hope that.
And that's what I was afraid of to begin with,
Exactly.
getting games that had the apps.
Yeah. I
Because
don't
like once,
I'd be curious to play it if it's still active.
Yeah, because once Chronicles of Crimes app is no longer supported, the game is useless.
Oh yes.
You can't play it.
No.
Okay, so we got Mice and Mystics. We played it once,
Okay.
probably back when we actually
We did.
enjoyed it because it was something different, something new, and
It
we
was.
were still
It was a
newly
unique cooperative experience.
Yeah,
It was.
and we were
It was
newly into the hobby.
well, and it lended itself toward role playing. Which
Yes.
at that point in time we were still
heavily
really
into
heavily
role-playing
into the
still.
role playing. So that one made perfect sense for us,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's we got old with got old.
Monuments. This was a Mayfair game. And I think we bought it because it was on sale.
Probably.
That Gen Con that we went to.
It was okay.
Yeah.
We still have a copy.
Hiroshima Hex, we basically won
Yes.
from the
that didn't
pandemic,
cost us anything.
the pandemic contest tournament we was in, and you won the 100. You and Eric won, beating me and Justin.
Yep. There was
'Cause
only
we were
four of us
only
in the
four of us
contest.
the whole thing.
So we knew we were walking away with $100
So, yeah,
that
so we
day.
walked away. We got Hiroshima Hex, played it a few times, and decided it's not a game for us.
Hiroshima Hex is a hex-based war game,
yes.
essentially, where each of the hexes do different things and they point different directions and you attack. And yeah, I can see the finesse of it.
Yeah.
I can see why it
If
would
you
be
like
a
war
popular
games
game.
and head-to-head battle games.
Right. It's just not for us.
Right.
But I can definitely see, I think it's a very good game.
Yeah, and they
Just
got
not for
more
us.
Hiroshima Hex coming out this year.
Oh, do they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we got Ticket to Ride on there.
Still a favorite.
And Zombie Side. We have
Love
played
that one.
Zombie Side to death, although this one it only says 1.
Well, since then, we've played the entire first box.
Right?
We did that on purpose. We
Mm-hmm.
played through every mission in the first box. We've got to the point I've got bought a second set of tiles for all of the Zombie Side games. We have 2 sets of tiles so you can play both sides. We made our own board. We had a 28 board game one time.
Yeah, you'll
that
have to
was
put that picture up.
I will. It was a bad picture though. Those were bad pictures. That was way before we had good phones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
It was so much fun. Justin and I spent an entire afternoon creating this city and lining up the streets and making the rules and what had to be accomplished and invited people to play. We had lots and lots of characters. We had 11 players in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And we had so much fun. We ended up having to take pictures and carry it over to the following weekend because it just got so late. And the following
Yeah.
weekend, we only had about 8 people come back, 8 or 9
Mm-hmm.
people. And we got our butts whooped. We lost in the the final hour. We got our butts whooped.
Yeah, we got overran.
We got overran pretty badly. So
Uh-huh.
it was a fun game though, and it will forever live in our memories.
Right?
It was great.
Yep. So this was a post that I actually posted on the Meeple Society Facebook page.
Yeah.
If you're not a member, go join. And you can see some of these things. So, and some of the people responded. Some of the people in the group responded, like Corey Hutchinson responded. He started recording in 2018.
Okay.
And the pictures he had, he did the whole BGG stat picture thing too. So
Yeah.
he's got House of Danger. We have not played House of
No,
Danger.
we
That is
haven't.
kind of one of the selective ones where you go in and then you have to make a choice which way you're going to go.
Okay, so it's
I can't remember exactly how.
Choose Your Own Adventure.
Choose Your Adventure. That's it. Oregon Trail.
Oh,
we have played Oregon
Lord.
Trail. We played once and we both died of dysteria.
It's an
So we lost that
awful
one
game.
pretty quick. Yeah, that is a
Awful
horrible
game.
I mean, the video game wasn't that great, but
No.
of its time,
Well,
it
why
was really
would they
good.
make a card game of this? Oh my god!
Nostalgia.
Okay. Nostalgia. Yeah. Okay.
Spot It. We have
You know,
Spot
we
It.
do have Spot It. We actually have. We don't have that version,
No.
but we do have a couple versions of Spot
Yeah.
It.
And then
That's
he played a
funny.
lot of the Red Dragon Inn. It looks like he's played almost every expansion of the Red Dragon Inn at that
Yeah.
time. We played Red Dragon Inn, but I think it was because of the person we played it
Well-
with that we didn't like it because he knew the game so well and took advantage of that.
Maybe.
But I don't recall a lot about it.
I don't
know
really
it.
either.
It
I know I
happens in
didn't
the
have fun
bar,
playing it.
and it's something about drinking. And
Yeah, I know I did not have fun playing. I was uncomfortable playing it,
Right.
And for that reason, I've never wanted to revisit it.
Mhm. He played Gloom. That one you
played Gloom.
definitely have to have the certain people.
You have
certain
to
type
go
of
into
people.
it with the right frame of mind.
Yes, because this
So-
is a very morbid game.
Gloom is a see-through card game where you're adding
things
cards onto your character pieces
or
to
other character
or
pieces.
other people's stuff to make them happy. They don't want to be happy. They want to be angry.
Yeah, you're trying to
So you don't want to
make
be happy.
your whole family die.
Yes. So the goal is to be the first family whose everybody's died on.
Yes.
That everybody's dead. It is a very morbid game. It is definitely one of those you have to go in with the right frame of mind.
Yeah, and we played this last time we played this. We played with it with Ben. And
Couldn't have
he
been a better
just
person to play this with.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to play with Ben when you're in Indianapolis at one of our things, play a game with him.
Yep.
He just makes the game even that much more fun.
He always has that right frame of mind.
Mm-hmm.
He is just one of those kind of players.
So he's played a lot of Ticket to Ride, Donner Dinner Party. Every time I see that, I'm like going, I know it's not that, but I'm like going.
That's a poor choice for a name.
Exactly. I know it has it's a theme or IP for another type, not the Donna you're thinking about.
That's a poor choice for a name.
I know. Every time I see it, I just have a hard time thinking of even trying to play that game.
No.
I'm sure Corey could tell us exactly what it's about, but
wow.
yeah, I could never pull that game off the shelf. Just as soon as I see that, I'm like going, no. Wing It. I don't know anything about Wing It. It's got it's a cute front box cover. It's got a little penguin with a jetpack on, and it looks like an old style football helmet. He's got Forbidden Island. Some of the boxes are so small you can't really read what's on
Once
it.
Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Time. I know Jessica has that.
Mm-hmm.
She has.
I know they
all the
really enjoy that
They
one.
really enjoy that. I'm not sure what that next game is.
Isn't Once Upon a Time a choose your own adventure type storytelling?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah, I don't know much about it.
I'm not sure what that other
Mastermind.
game is. Huh?
Which one?
The next one besides
Once Upon a Time?
That's
Mastermind.
Oh, is that what that is? I
That's
just see.
Mastermind.
All I see is the STRMI.
Oh my gosh! You don't recognize the box?
Oh, well, I try and block that game out of my mind.
Mastermind is a
horrible at this
deduction
game.
You are horrible at this game. Mastermind is your classic deduction game.
Mm-hmm.
One person plays the master who has set up 4 different random color pegs, different colors. Mm-hmm. And then the other player, the guesser, has 4 or 10 tries to guess the right order that those pegs are in. When you have a total of 6 colors you can choose from. 5 or 6. I want to say there's 6.
Yeah,
and
something
then
like that.
the only thing you're being given is, yes, one color's correct, no, one color's not correct. Or yes, the color's correct, but it's in the wrong location. But you don't know which one they're talking about.
Right. You're great at this game. You win this all the time whenever we played it.
Oddly good at this
is
type of
one
game.
deduction game that you're extremely good at, because all you have to do is get in the
Social
mind of the person
deduction,
you're
I
playing
hate.
with. Yes.
This kind of deduction I can do. Logic deduction I can do.
Yeah.
I can't do social deduction.
Mm-hmm.
So
Michael McDade, he started in 2019 noggin his games. I'm sure they played long before that.
I'm sure they did, yeah.
But yeah, he said they started logging in 2019, and the games they have logged on here, Copenhagen, that is one game I still want to play.
Yes.
But I'm not sure if it's even in print now or not.
I don't know.
Ishtar, when it first came out, I was interested in it, and then I kind of seen how it was played. I was like, if I play it, I play it. If I don't, I don't.
Right.
5-Minute Dungeon and 5-Minute Marvel, we both played, and we both like it really good.
Of them.
And we even have 5-Minute Mystery.
Yes, I think that's it. 5-Minute Mystery completely turns the game on its head. It's not anywhere close to these other two. These other two play identical.
Yes.
You really don't need both of them other than the
Yeah,
theme.
because 5-Minute Mystery is basically a deck, your hand shredding, or
you're
getting rid of
you're
cards
trying to
in.
find stuff in your
yeah, because every time a card comes out, it tells you that
you're trying to find clues in one central card,
Right.
and everybody's looking over the same card. Whereas the other ones, you're going through your
you're
deck
just
very
playing
quickly
cards,
and playing
trying
cards.
to defeat the monster or the villain.
But
Architects of the West Kingdom, that one was my favorite of the West Kingdom, and then I played Paladins. I think I like Paladins more than Architects.
I can't
Architects
remember.
is a lot
I would have
bigger.
to look at the board to tell you which one's which, because I honestly could not tell you which one's which.
Architects has got the one where you're putting you have all your people in one pile, and there's like 20 of them, and you're putting them out into just different areas. And the more you put in the area, the more resources you can get.
Okay, that's what I thought Architects was. That one's okay.
You can be arrested and thrown in jail, and now you
too
got to
many
go
people
there to
get to
out.
one location, yeah.
So that one's good. Then Attack of the Jelly Monster.
I feel like you would enjoy that game, but I know nothing about
Why
it.
would I enjoy
I
it?
don't
Why do
know.
you think I would enjoy it?
I don't know.
You got the game
Azul.
The next one, do you know what that game is?
I don't know what that one is. There's
This
no
is
words on it.
Bandito. This is
Okay.
This is an Oink game, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, and it's one I wouldn't mind playing. It's supposed to be really good. One of the Murph brothers talks about this all the time, and he loves it.
Okay.
The other one's Bang the Walking Dead version. I enjoyed
We
Bang.
have Bang the card game.
Yes, and I enjoyed
And
it.
we have a lot of Walking Dead games we'll get to when we get to the W's. We have 2. I don't know nothing about The Walking Dead, but I did enjoy Bang as a whole.
Yeah, we didn't get into that TV show. Betrayal House on the Hill. We've played that twice.
Okay. Yeah, we have.
and neither time did we really enjoy it.
I did not really
much.
enjoy it. I think the one time I got stuck being the bad guy at the end, I was I didn't enjoy it. I needless to say, I lost and you guys won because I don't know how to
Right. So
portray
if
that
you've
part.
never played Betrayal House on the Hill, it's all about
It's a one versus many.
Well,
It's
it's
cooperative
cooperative at
that
the
turns
beginning, and
into
then
one versus
then
many.
somebody is basically kind of like a traitor or something, and now
Yeah.
that person is trying to take you guys out.
Yeah.
But you're trying. I can't remember exactly. You're going through this house and you're trying to find things.
You're trying
or escape, or you have to find a.
You're trying to
quite
find
can't remember.
information or I don't remember.
Enough. Yeah,
I just remember I've not enjoyed it.
Yeah. I just
So-
remember because you're laying down tiles.
Yeah,
the
it's
version we
a-
had, you're laying
yeah.
tiles down, so the house is building, and there's an upstairs and a downstairs.
Yeah. And at some point, when certain icons come out, you have to roll the dice, and if you fail the dice roll, suddenly you're the bad guy.
Yeah, we don't own this game. We know a
No.
lot of people that do own it.
We've
though.
played it with a couple of different sets of friends.
Yeah, Biblos we've played a bunch of times. I like Biblos.
I like
This
that
is pretty good. Bitter Up. Don't know that
Don't
game
know
at all.
any of
It
it,
looks
yeah.
like it's a horse race game. Black Angel we have played, but we've only played it once, and I think it was the first year we went to the Dice Tower Retreat.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. This is like the space version of Twa, which we haven't played either. So, but it's a dice placement game, and the whole thing, the ship is actually moving, and you
The board
replicate
moves
that
around,
by
yeah.
moving the boards into different places.
Yeah.
Blockus,
I love Blocus.
yeah,
I
Blocus,
do.
Blockus.
I like the
however you wish
3D
to call it.
version. I like the triangle version. I like this one, yeah.
Then he's got Blossom. Not sure exactly what Blossom is. Bora Bora. I like Bora Bora. That one's been redone. I can't remember exactly which one it is
I have
now,
no
but
idea.
it's been redone. It's a new name. Caverna Cave versus Cave. This is a 2-player version of Cave versus Cave. Played a little different than Caverna because basically you're just focusing on building your cave.
Yeah, I prefer the full game, but this isn't interesting.
And then he's got Caverna right next to it.
yeah.
He's got Century New World. Then he has Century Golem Edition.
Never played the Golem edition. I don't think
No,
there's
I
any
think
difference
Tony and
other
Joe
than
have
they
Golem.
do.
Oh, he has House of Danger as well.
Oh, interesting.
Clank. We played Clank.
Lots of times.
Cockroach Poker. Have never played Cockroach Poker.
Nope.
And then there's Codenames again, the
yeah.
original Codenames we've played a bunch of times too.
Yeah.
Jeff Hammer said he started in 2023 logging games, so probably when he started hanging out with us. He's
know,
like,
right?
oh, that's a good idea. Let's hang out. But those are some of the ones that have answered on that question that we had. So our question to you guys, how many of you actually have logged your games? When did you start? And what did you play that first year? Another slow couple weeks for video releases, though. But you just put out a pretty good one.
I've put out a pretty big one.
This is Reef Project rules and playthrough one that we've been promising for a little while. And the playthroughs usually take you a little bit of time to do because
They do.
You've got to watch everything and make sure what we're doing is right so you can type into the Klingon.
Well, the Klingon subtitle thing doesn't happen until after it's posted. Those are for things I miss while
true,
I'm editing.
True.
This just requires me putting notes on the screen that, hey, Greg forgot to do this, or hey, Greg forgot to do that.
Why is it always got to be me?
Because it usually is you.
But Reef is one of your favorite games.
It is. Reef Project is one of my favorite games. Reef is too, but Reef Project, yes.
So top 10 in the top 100? Look at this. I'm trying to get information from her.
I think it came into my top 10.
Okay. I figured. I figured it's going to be one of the new games in your top 10.
Yeah.
But where in your top 10? That's where we need to know.
Uh-huh.
But I guess you guys will have to stay tuned to watch that video, which we haven't even recorded yet.
I haven't even started recording those yet.
No, but hopefully maybe this week we can get started on those. But we didn't get anything in the collection this
Nope.
week. We were good
Nope.
people just because we could never find Civolution.
That was still last week. We haven't
I
even
know.
gone out in the last 2 weeks looking.
Nope.
So
Well, I've been kind of down
exactly.
the last 2 weeks.
And I've been doing lots of overtime, and yeah, it's been a busy couple weeks.
Yep.
Plus, we're getting ready for our New Year's redo party.
Yep.
Everybody was sick at New Year's. Well, not everybody, but half the people who normally come to our New Year's game party were sick. So we're having a New Year's redo party next week.
Yep.
So,
Well, let's move on.
all right.
Games we back. We actually have one on here, and I just backed yesterday, actually, because I
Mm-hmm.
seen it, and I was like, this is actually looks really cool. This is going to be our first backing on
Backer kit. Yeah.
and this is Age of Automation. It looks really cool. I really like the artwork on this, but this one, from the description from BGG, even made it sound pretty good too. I mean, it said, in the late 21st century, robotic technology is at its peak. The demand for robotic workers is sky high. However, using intelligent robots is in hazardous environments or even for simple tasks cost a fortune. That's where automation comes into play. Due to rapid depletion of materials, many companies start sending these automatons into space to search for new resources and materials. The prospect of being among the first to claim those sources is highly lucrative. So you're building automatons and trying to be the best automaton factory by the end of the game.
Maybe.
Age of Automaton. This is a first game for these
it's
these
from
people
Four
too.
Comma Game.
Yeah, so it's
I cannot
Name
even
that
begin to
designer's
pronounce that
name.
Designer. Holy criminy.
Vacharis
Vacharis
Thanosum.
Thanosub is what it looks like. I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, so first time, I don't know if it's a first time design for him. But
I can find out. It is no.
No,
he has
he's
some other
actually got
games.
a couple things. Nothing.
The Elements, 28 Days, Cabbage Farm, The Codling, and 27.
Coding.
The Coding, okay. Yeah, but he has 19, and I imagine some of those are expansions or promos or stuff. So that is one I'm backing. Check it out. It is on Backer Kit for another, I think it's there for another 16 days.
16 days, yeah. It was
Yep,
17
it's got 16
yesterday.
days left. It is fully funded. It fully funded in 48 hours. Now, it's not much overfunded because they wanted 10,000 Singaporean dollars, and they're at 11,475. I think it looks really cool. So, but yeah, that's what we're backing. That's the one that's coming. We have a couple games on their way.
Yeah.
Galactic Cruise is due to be coming out. It's supposed to be delivering in tomorrow. It's supposed to start delivering tomorrow. I already got the notification that the tracking number has been printed, but
So
it's still waiting to be picked up. So
will-
hopefully they'll
yeah.
pick it up tomorrow and start delivering them.
Yeah. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Do you have any coming in?
No, we got Supermoon in. That's the only thing I've got remotely close to coming.
That was the one you were kind of not thrilled with the way
Yeah.
it came in.
So we did get that. That is something new. That has come in
Yes.
the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I was not. Okay, so the whole point of Planet Unknown Supermoon was, one, it is an expansion. Two, it was I thought was coming with a bigger box. Apparently you had to pay extra for that, which I'm fine with. I just didn't know that and therefore did not back that part.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
And you already had the game.
And I already have the game. I've had the game. I was one of the original backers.
Yep.
But it was also supposed to come with a lid for the Lazy Susan. The Lazy Susan was ingenious. The way they did it was ingenious, but it was no lid. So you could not turn the box up on its side without everything going everywhere, which is fine. We just keep ours laid flat along with a couple other big boxes like that. No big deal. However, the idea of having a lid for it was very enticing. Great. This lid makes a better Frisbee than it does a lid.
Yeah,
I
because
kid you not, it's flat, solid. It doesn't attach in any way, shape,
it just
or
lays
form.
on top
it does
of it
not,
because
yeah,
the top of the Lazy Susans
it's curved,
curved.
and this is completely flat.
Yeah.
You cannot curve it around it. It's not going to curve miraculously once you attach it to it.
Yep. And they gave you a solution
it's a piece
for
of
it.
yeah, the solution was a box band.
Yes. That bends
That
the bottom
bends
of
the
the
bottom
Lazy
of the
Susan.
Lazy Susan, so it won't turn correctly anymore. Crappiest thing I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Completely upset about it. If I still had a dog, it'd be outside in the yard as a Frisbee. I mean, it's that bad.
Yeah.
So I'm probably just going to recycle the stupid lid, take somebody's suggestion, and get a shower cap to put over the Lazy Susan to keep the tiles in place when we move it. I don't know what else to do because it's the one that came with it is a piece of crap.
Mm-hmm.
We've not gotten to play the actual expansion.
No.
So I'm hoping that that's at least good. It looks good. We did manage to get everything in the box. I don't know how, but we did. We had to rearrange some of the game trays that came with it and combine stuff to make the game trays all fit. But I got everything in the same box. But yeah, I'm not happy about that Lazy Susan whatsoever, about the lid. So That's just my 2 cents. Let me know if you got it. Did you like your lid?
Yeah, put that in the comments.
Anyway, yeah.
Let's move on. Something old, something new, something borrowed, and something that blew. 4 games that we've played recently, and we will tell you whether it was an old game, a new game, or it blew, or if it was borrowed too. I forgot the borrowed part. So first came on the list is an old game. It's one of Stefan Feld's first games.
Mm-hmm.
This is Roma. This was an interesting game.
I did not have a lot of hope for it because it was an older, small box game. I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed this game.
Yeah, this one you have tiles in the middle of the play area that have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pips showing the dice. And then you have cards on both of your sides that you don't lay out once.
No, you start with 4.
Right. And you have 2 extra openings.
Yes.
And you roll your dice.
Mm-hmm.
Each card has our buildings or characters that have
They
a
each
power.
have a special power, yes.
And you roll your dice, and you place your dice on the numbers that you rolled, and then that card does a certain thing, whether it's going to get you money or it's going to attack your opponent, what have you. It's going to do whatever. And one of the things is when you roll, you get a coin for every open area your opponent has that doesn't have a building or a character in it. So you want to fill those up real fast, so you want to get some money to get buildings out to cover those up. You're looking at me like I
No,
forgot.
because I had a card that let me get coins for yours missing. Mine was a card.
I had the same card.
You
though,
get right, but that's not something that just happens. You lose a coin
Oh,
for
that's
every
right. You
spot that
lose
you have
that.
open.
You're
So you
right.
want to
You're
get them up.
correct.
You want to get them.
So you want to
filled
fill
in.
those up as fast as
Yeah.
you can. Plus, if like she said, she had a
card that gave
I
me
gave
coins.
you because you pull up.
Actually,
you,
2 cards.
You're dealt cards, and then you keep. I think you're dealt like
It's
5
kind of
or
like
6,
it's
whatever.
a drafting. You
Yeah.
keep one, you pass it, or you keep
Take
2,
another
you
and
pass the other
it.
2,
Yeah,
something like
and
that.
I gave you one of the. I had
You
2 of them. I
did.
gave you one of them.
And I had 2 also.
Yeah, so she was hammering
So,
me for money at
I
first until I
was.
got those down.
And then I just got rid of those cards because they were pointless after that.
Yeah.
Or if I rolled that number, I did something else with that dice instead.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
'Cause I can't remember. Was there a way to manipulate the dice? The number on the dice.
Some of
them let
one
you
of the cards would let
raise
you
it up
manipulate, but
or
there was
down.
also something that let you draw new cards, and there you could
Yes.
put any number dice on that tab. That
Right. Yeah. The very
piece.
ends. Yeah.
let you draw cards, and you
Or
drew
get
up the
money.
number on the die, and then you got to keep one of them.
Yeah.
Or the flip side was you get money. So if you put a die with a 6 pip on there,
got
then you
6
got
money.
6 coin, which would let you build the cards you just got.
Correct.
So there were things you could do besides just activate your worker that's in that dice slot.
Yeah. This one we bought at the flea market at Gen Con last
Yes.
year. I bought 2 old Stefan Feld games, and this is one I'd always wanted to play anyway. And I'm glad I did, because at first I was like, oh, this is head-to-head. I don't know if she's going to like this. We'll see. But, yeah, I think we
It's-
both walked away liking this.
yeah,
This is
I
a
really
very
liked
cool and interesting game.
Yeah, I agree. So next, we also got a play-in, actually just a couple days ago, of Middle Ages.
Yes.
Middle Ages is one we picked up kind of on a fluke we'd never heard of before the first morning of Gen Con last year, and you were watching a video, and that happened to be the game they were reviewing, and then lo and behold, there it is. When we were standing in line for something else, there it is. And we got the last copy that day anyway. So Middle Ages is a remake or reskin, reimplementation, whatever you want to call it, of Her Majesty.
Majesty for the Realm.
Majesty for the Realm, thank you. With this one, each person is basically controlling a fiefdom.
Yep.
And this has the mechanism, kind of like a King Domino mechanism, where everybody places their worker out, their horse, in this case, their horse and their knight, out onto a tile. You have 1 tile more than there are players so the game is set up with 4 rows. Each row contains 1 tile more than the number of people in the game. At the start of the game, everybody puts their worker down in the first row, and then the next turn happens. Turn order is now determined by who has the lowest numbered tile, because the tiles are put out in numeric order. So you might have a tile 3 and a tile 12 and a tile 13 and a tile 20. So they are put out in that order, so that the person who got the weakest tile goes first the next round. That is the one benefit of taking what could be potentially a weaker tile. So there are a total of 8 tiles in the game, 8 different types of buildings in the games, but you're grabbing your tile and putting it into your fiefdom. And it could be a wheat field, or it could be a windmill, or it could be a barrack, or the castle, or the whatever. And then you're doing what that building allows you to do when you build it. For example, the wheat field allows you to get coins per every farmer you have in your fiefdom. And there are little icons on all of the buildings that represent farmers. So if you have 4 farmers, then you get 4 coins. And then you get coins for having built what you just built. Mm-hmm. So there's coins or money. Or
yes,
coins
coins
are
points.
Coins are money. Coins are points.
Yes.
So you want to get as many coins as you can. So you're one by one, you take your windmill, and then you decide as the first player for this round which of the buildings in the next row you want. Do you want another field? Do you want that windmill so you don't have to keep paying money to people who have more windmills than you? Mm-hmm. Do you want to get a barracks, or do you want to start getting extra coins for stuff, so therefore you're going to go after the cathedral? What do you want to do? You have to have one of everything at the end of the game, or you're going to lose points.
10 points.
Yeah, 10 points per every building you don't have one of. Mm-hmm. So you want to kind of be a little well-rounded. It's a neat puzzle little game, and the pieces fit together like puzzle pieces, which was very ingenious.
Yeah,
I love the way
that
everything just kind of stays nice and tight together. It's a neat little game. It's a quick game. We played it 3-player, and I think we were done in less than half an hour.
Yeah.
It was a very fast game, and it was Catherine's first time playing it, and she picked it up really quick.
Yep.
So
it plays as fast as like King Domino plays.
Yeah,
so.
It really does, and it's super easy to teach and super easy to play. But yeah, that's Middle Ages.
So another one we got was Nidavellir. This was the first time we played. This one we could say was borrowed because we went to Coopel Nerd's house and played it there.
We do not own this one.
We do not own Nidavellir. I've thought about owning Nidavellir, but we've just never picked it up. Okay, so in Nidavellir, on each turn, you bid a coin on each tavern, because there's like 3 taverns in the middle of the board. In descending order, choose a character and add this character to your army, basically, if you win the bid.
Right. So whoever wins the bid the highest gets first choice, and then so on.
Each dwarf has a class of its own, scoring that way: blacksmith, a hunter, a warrior, explorer, and a miner. And then at the end of the round, you get to upgrade a tile.
You can, not necessarily, you have to play the one tile that allows you to do an upgrade power.
It says you will also be able to increase the value of your gold coins thanks to a smart coin building system that gets the best of the other elevens.
So yeah, I am remembering this now finally, and I remember really liking it. But yeah, you start with coins 1 through 5, or 0 through 5.
0 through 5.
0 through 5, and like the number 2, or maybe it was the 0. It got you last pick in the what was in that tavern, but you got to upgrade something, and it was upgrading. You have your last 2 coins are put down at the bottom,
right?
And you would be able to upgrade, like if you had your 5 and your 2, you could upgrade your 5 to a 7. You would upgrade your highest one by adding that number to the other coin that was there.
Right.
So you had to be careful. You don't, because otherwise you're just continuing to upgrade your higher one.
Right.
So
which was my problem. That's one of the things I started doing. I was like, I need to get other coins down here to upgrade those, so I have higher bidding power to get the cards I really want.
Right. It was very tricky to that whole upgrading. It was a neat system, but it was very tricky to make it work for you. But yeah, I really liked this one because every card did something different. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting one.
So
I would be curious to play this one again.
And it has some expansions. So
okay, yeah, I really enjoyed this one.
Okay, you want to get this last one here? This is the one I left blank whether it blew or if it was just old.
It's a little of both, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, okay, this is Roll Domo Roll. Now, Roll Domo Roll is billed as a kids game. I hope it's billed as a kids game. There's no age on here.
It said age 12 on the box. I thought 12 and up. I thought
you're right. It did. There is no age in BGG. That is crazy simple for a 12-year-old.
Yeah. It doesn't show.
It's got
an
to
age.
be because of the IP.
It has a 5.7
Okay.
ranking.
So Roll Domo Roll was put out by Pressman Toys. This is based on an IP, as near as we can tell, a Japanese IP. The center board is fairly simple. There are 3 places you can put dice, and then there is the betting system. On each round, everybody can bet against the player whose turn it is to roll, that they will roll an apple and thus lose their turn. Mm-hmm. So there's I think 6 or 7 dice. I want to say there's 7 dice. Each 6 of the dice have 3 sides on them. There's a Domo figure. There's, oh my gosh, and now I can't remember what the other 2 figures are because I don't have them right here in front of me.
There's an apple, a cell phone.
Well, no, I'm not talking those. There's the Domo, there's the Mr. Usagi, and then there's I want to say Rihanna, but that's not right.
No, it's not Rihanna.
But there's 3 figures. If you roll a Domo, you can set it aside and you gain a point for it at the end of the round when you give up rolling and want to score.
Right.
Mr. Usagi, and again, I'm not sure that's how it's actually pronounced, but Mr. Usagi, it's a J, not a G, but
it's USAGI.
Yeah, J-I.
And then the other one's Tashana.
Thank you. But the Mr. Usagi's you have to have 2 of to get 2 points. Mm-hmm. You can't just have a single. And
you had a pair.
Tashana, you had to have 3 of them in order to get 3 points. You couldn't score just 1 or a pair. So you're rolling your dice, and you get to roll 3 times, and then you're kind of stuck with what you've got left. And you can save them aside by putting them on the board. Then there's that 7th dice has 4 different sides to it. There's 2 apples. The apples mean your turn is over. You lose everything that you've gained that turn. There's a television set, which lets you double the Domo roll. There is a teacup that lets you double your Mr. Usagi roll. So if you have 2 dice in the Mr. Usagi area, you now get 4 points instead of just 2. And then there's a cell phone that lets you double the Tashana roll, which instead of, if you have 3 dice there, you get 6 instead of 3. So it's a nice little handy thing. However, that apple, there's 2 apples on there, and those are pretty detrimental.
Yeah.
Because you lose everything, and then everybody who bet against you gets a point.
Yep. Yeah, because there's the whole side bet.
Yes.
Before you roll, you always ask.
Right.
Anybody want a side bet?
So it is pretty basic. Mm-hmm. It's totally luck of the dice roll. We did end up having this one leave the collection. I don't know. I mean, I can see I guess if you're familiar with the IP, it might be interesting. Not being familiar with the IP, it was just kind of your basic dice chucking game.
Yeah, it says ages 12 and up.
That is crazy.
So like I said, I don't know what the IP is. Maybe the IP is more of an adult thing.
Maybe.
I don't know.
In which case, I
don't see it.
No, I don't understand
so
this
I think
IP.
we're going to mark this one down as blue.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Old
blue? And blue.
Old and blue.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yes. Interesting, but not that interesting.
So those are 4 games we've been playing recently.
There are lots more, but...
Oh, yeah. We've played a bunch of games. But some of the games other people have been playing that we want to talk about. We'll talk about some of the ones that we have not played or really like to play and just haven't played in a while. Because like Jeff Hammers played Forest Shuffle. We like Forest Shuffle.
Yeah, it's almost like a meadow building.
Kind of, yeah.
Forest building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Roadhog. This is Roadhog Rule the Road, because there is other games called Roadhog.
Yes, there are.
A completely different game. This one's Rule the Road. We just played this not too long ago. We just talked about it on one of our Playing Through Our Collections.
Yes. I think, as a matter of fact, I'm editing that one now. I want to say it's episode 75. We talked about it.
Look at 75, and you'll
when
be able to hear our thoughts on that one.
Days.
It's a very interesting game, and it'll show pictures of what it is, and I'm sure Katie could probably put a picture of it right here.
I could.
Seven Wonders Architect. This is probably the 7 Wonders that I'd rather play now.
I agree. We really hesitated getting this one.
Yeah, because we heard it was just a basic Seven Wonders game. It's like, why do you need
and
another
why
Seven
do I
Wonders
need?
game?
Yeah, why do we need another implementation of Seven Wonders?
Because there's Seven Wonders Duel. You don't really like Seven Wonders Duel.
No, I'm okay with it, but
and
it's not my
so
favorite.
we finally went ahead and bought this one.
Yeah, we
and
bought
love
this
it.
one anyway,
And we even got the expansion we have not played with yet.
I love the fact it can play 7 players. It plays quickly. Your decision space is very minimal because when certain things happen, you have to do that action.
Yeah, it's like you take that card, that
You have
card,
3
or
choices.
the card in the middle, and that's
Yeah,
it.
you have 3 choices to build your kingdom with, and it's so simple, but yet
And you can
it
kind of see
flows
what
so
other
easily.
people are taking, so you know what other people are kind of going for. So you
Yeah.
know, it's like, oh,
There's still the
boy,
war
they really
aspect.
need that card. Do I just be a butthead and take
Yeah.
that from them or not?
And I love the fact that you physically have wonders sitting in front of you. You have
Yes.
cardboard representation of a wonder sitting in front of you that you are
Yeah, that you're
one by
actually
one
building.
flipping over and building. And as
And
you flip
getting
them over to build
the-
them, you get certain benefits.
Yes.
So I really enjoy this one. We did do a play of this one on one of the 24s, I think in the very first 24. So you can always go out and find that if you
Did
were
we?
curious.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, because I was in on this play. I'm the one who taught it, and the game in the dining room was running long, so we played through 3/4 of a game while I was teaching it to everybody, and then you guys suddenly decided
Oh,
you
that's
were
right.
done. We had to clean up and reset really fast.
So another one he's played is 10. This is a card game. It's a push your luck and auction game.
I've been curious about this one,
Yeah,
but
it
I've
says
never had any opportunity
Players
to
draw
play it.
cards one at a time, trying to add as many as they can without exceeding the total value of 10, or they bust. So players may push their luck to draw more cards and use currency to buy additional cards in their attempt to build the longest number sequence in each color. When valuable wild cards emerge from the deck, players compete in auctions to obtain them in order to fill the gaps in their sequences.
Okay.
So it sounds interesting.
Yeah.
If you like
I've been
Rummy and
curious
stuff,
about
yeah.
this one, but we've just never had an opportunity to play it.
Yeah, and I've seen it in stores for sale all over the place. So, but Bill's been playing Silvolution.
We will get it eventually.
We will. I'm hoping he brings it to the New Year's redo.
Yeah, well, you ought to ask him.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to ask him. So Heather Johnson, she's been playing
Now,
Marvel Champions.
correct me if I'm wrong. Heather, this is the first time she's ever commented on a post
Yes.
on the Facebook page,
Yes.
hasn't she? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she definitely posted.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, it was the lady we played with at the donut shop.
Oh,
I believe
okay.
it's the same person.
Oh, all right. I
So
did not know that. Okay.
she's played Marvel Champions. I really like Marvel Champions. We have not played a lot of it lately.
No, we haven't.
I really want to get this back out
Yeah.
and play it because
I'd
I
like
really
to
like
try
the way
some
it
of
did.
the other stuff.
Yeah. River Valley Glassworks, we've
One of
talked a
my
lot
favorites.
about.
We have. I really enjoy this one.
Watch our top 100 and see where that fell in her list. Flamecraft, another one that you really like. I'm okay with. I mean, I don't mind it.
I enjoy this one. I don't even know if it hit my top 100. It's a good game. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. I don't even want to call it simplistic. That's not the right word. I feel like after a while it gets samey.
Yeah.
There's only so many. Maybe a good expansion with new shops will
I'm
help.
not sure.
But
Does this one have an expansion yet?
not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I was just saying, not that I'm aware of. I know it
Yeah.
has promos for it. Let me see here real quick if it has an expansion. Expansions. It says 8 expansions, but I think
don't
they're
know
all
about
promo
that.
cards.
Yeah.
It's just the different shops and stuff. There's no
Yeah.
actual box. Flamecraft Spacecraft. I think we have that one.
That one we do. That came
Dice
with
Tower
one
Crew
of the.
as dragons. Oh wow, we'll have to look at that at Gen Con. They'll have it at their booth, the Dice Tower booth. Stuff the Magic Dragon. Yeah, these are all basically all promo cards. An alternate starter shop cards, alternate ones for that, and then the Spice Tower. We do have the Spice Tower.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, they just have promos out right
Yeah.
now. But it's a good one. Flip 7 we got
I love
we got
this
the
game.
promotional box. So ours is just the size
of the
the
cards.
box that it's the box that needs to be for the whole game because
Yes.
everybody's got these big boxes. The box of like the original Carcassonne box type,
Yep.
or Mayfair box types, I guess.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen those, everybody has those, and then Bruce was over there that one day and seeing our little bitty box of Flip 7. He goes, how do you got a small box of Flip 7? Mine's so big and worthless. It's like, well, we just got the promo because they gave it to us when we bought Gnome Hollow.
Yep.
He goes, oh, I should have went that route. Karuba. We have played Karuba once. You weren't really a big fan of it because it's...
No, I liked it.
Oh,
You
I
weren't a
wasn't
big fan of it.
Because this plays a lot like, what is that? The one with all the flowers, it's almost the same thing as one person has got a stack of tiles and he draws, and then everybody else looks in their stack for that one to put that tile out.
Right. You don't have to put it in the same place. That's where the challenge is of the game.
You can
but
put it in different places.
everybody has
place in the same tile.
Yes, everybody has access to the exact same tile at the exact same time. It's
Yes.
not just a luck of the draw, other than that first player drawing that tile. So, but yeah, no, it's a good one. This is a route building. This is one of Haba's
this
bigger
is a
games.
Yep.
But you're building routes to try to get to the treasure. It's kind of a, I don't want to say Indiana Jones theme, but it's a treasure hunter theme.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like this one.
Yep. Quaxaquedlinburg.
I like Quacks.
Yes, I know.
It is
you
a
like Quack.
push your luck. Oh my gosh.
And
I'm really starting to like the push your luck stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm horrible at them, but I like that tension.
And it doesn't help that Root Shirt guy upgraded
Well,
your
he
game.
did upgrade all my pieces, and that certainly helps. But Quacks is you're brewing potions, and it's a bag building push your luck game. So you're pulling brew components out of a bag and adding them to your board, and you can only have so many white chips because after so many white, you add so much of this particular concoction to your potion, it's going to explode. So if you can only have up to 7, I think it is, and not even so many white chips, but the power of that chip. And everybody has a 3 in their bag, and everybody has a 2 in their bag, and then a bunch of 1s. Or a couple of 2s and some 1s. So if you're already at 6 and you haven't pulled that 3 yet, you are seriously pushing your luck not pulling that white 3 and blowing up your potion. I love this one. I think it's just a lot of fun.
We just don't get it out as
We
much.
don't get it out,
But-
and I'm hoping that, like I said, we get through our collection, which I don't want to get through it. I'm looking forward to hitting the S's and the T's, and we still have a lot of really good games
You're
coming
looking
up.
forward to getting to Z's and say, we have finally played every single game in our
Yes,
collection.
that's the
We
thing.
do not have a shelf of shame or shelf
Right.
of opportunity or whatever you wish to call it.
I want to be able to get all the stickers off of all of our games, except maybe a couple of expansions here and there.
Yep.
But I'm looking forward to being able to say we have played everything we own.
And then we'll have to go to our son's house and help them get all their stickers off because
Yes.
our son Justin and his wife Jackie have taken up what we did. We put blue sticky notes on all of our games that we'd never played. But we took this from your brother and his wife because they had pink sticky notes on their games that they had not played. And we was like, oh, that is a good idea. And we did that. But we also went a little step further that if we have played the game but not our copy, the blue sticky had a C on it.
Right.
If we have an expansion for the game we have not played it, it has an E on it. And then if it's blank, then it means we
just
have
would
never played the
it.
game.
Yeah.
So, but they're getting few and far between in our collection now. So
They are, and
we
I'm
don't
very
have many
happy
left.
with that. Well, as new stuff comes in, we tend to play it right away. One, because it could be a backup, so we have to back it up anyway. Or it's coming very quickly. Like we have a couple of T's that we know is coming by the end of the year, so we just let them go.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yep. Another game I see on her list is a game that we had a chance to back. We kind of did a mini demo of it at Gen Con when it first came out there before it hit Kickstarter, and that was Mistwinds. It's a route building game. It's got the
flying whales.
The flying whales, which was just really weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it looks interesting. Coopla Nerds has it, so
Yeah, well,
maybe
we'll have
when
to
they
play
bring
it
it
with
down,
them.
maybe we'll see if we can get in on that game and
Yeah.
play it. It's just interesting to me to play it.
Okay. Well, we'll have to find out about that one.
She played After Us. We have After Us. This
We do.
is
We
a
haven't-
little
we've
card
only played
game.
it the one
It's-
time, though.
Yeah, and it's
And I want it. This one was different because as you're playing cards, you're trying to link up the symbols on the sides of the cards because those symbols are what's giving you your resources.
correct.
And you
And
need the
points.
resources to upgrade your cards. So it was an interesting mechanism there that you're trying to match up those boxes on the site, because if they don't match up, you don't get anything off that card. So I really liked the way that played. But we need to play it again.
Yeah, this was a hot one at Gen Con the year it came out too. What year did it come out?
Oh, I don't know.
Came out in 2023.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't last year, the year before. Okay.
No, yeah. Neotopia has never been on my radar. I don't even know anything about the game.
Okay, so when I've seen the Neotopia box, I have never pulled it off the shelf. Well, let me rephrase that. I've pulled it off the shelf. It has not made me want it. The artwork has caught my attention.
Yes.
But either I've been looking for something else at the time, or I didn't feel like trying to read it and figure it out. One of the two.
Yeah.
But I like the artwork on it, and I like the view of that world. I would like to find out more about it.
Yeah, it says Neotopia, a competitive, fast-paced tile placement pattern building game. You're part of the team of visionaries who are building a futuristic pilot city focused on the fields of energy, technology, community, and sustainable food. Okay, you'll try and build the most harmonious city possible. And the pictures it's showing, it's got like the little upgraded tile, little discs, kind of like the discs from the game Seasons.
Okay.
Kind of like that style of disc, but has different stuff on it, which obviously will mean different things, and it's like divided into 3 different sections. It looks like, and a little mountain ridge that goes through it. It looks like.
I would be curious to play it.
And there's cards, so interesting.
Yes.
What is the mechanisms in this game? It has its action points, hand management, pattern building, and tile placement.
Everything I like.
Yep.
May have to look into that.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that one.
Yeah.
Wolves, I was interested when it first came out, and then it just kind of
disappeared.
Lost
Yeah,
interest
I had never
in it,
saw anything
or
about
I just
it
forgot about it. So
yeah.
Dungeon Cart, we know somebody has Dungeon Cart, so we don't know anything about Dungeon Cart yet. We just know it's kind of like Mario Kart, the board game.
Yeah.
Our son has it. He got it at Gen Con last year and still hasn't opened up. Earth.
I love Earth.
Is Earth still in your top 10?
It is. It was in my. I think it was on my number 2 last year, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it's still in my top 10.
Oh, it moved.
Pretty sure. But yeah, no, I absolutely love the tableau building on this one and the resource management, and I adore that type of game.
Yeah, and this last one she has on her list, Hollywood 1947. I had never heard of this game. This is from 2023.
This is, it's a 1 to 9 though.
Yeah, it's deduction, dice rolling, hand management, hidden roles, and team-based games. So you probably wouldn't be into
I probably would not be interested.
So it kind of sounds like it has a little bit of like Battlestar Galactica mechanism kind of to it, maybe, because the hidden roles and the team-based and all that.
Right.
And the hand management and dice rolling and deduction and all that kind of falls in that same category there.
Interesting,
though. But yeah, you probably wouldn't be much into it.
I am not much into the social deduction. I'll play it, but I don't like them.
It says in the years 1947, you're a member of a thriving movie-making industry of Hollywood. However, it is suspected there are communists hiding among your small production studio, slipping unpatriotic messages, themes, preps, and lines into your movies. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for episode 81. If you like this episode or any of our content and haven't subscribed to the podcast, please do so by going to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or where you get your podcast. And while you're there, give us a rating and comments. This is how others can find the show. But in the meantime, if you want to follow us on social media just to keep up and see what we're doing, just follow the links in the show notes. There you'll find links to Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, YouTube, Threads, Discord, Blue Sky, and our merch shop. Or you can contact us directly at meeplesociety@mail.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you at the next one.